Hi readers and writers. Today as we do our word work together, you will need a pencil and a paper. So if you don't have those items, please pause the video, go get them and come right on back. All right, today as we work, we will be noticing chunks in words. We're going to be noticing consonant blends, also known as consonant clusters. We're going to notice double consonants. We're going to notice prefixes and suffixes. But before we begin, I'd like us to look at some sight words that are not only tricky to read, but they can be tricky to spell. So I am going to show you some common mistakes that kids make when they spell these words so that you can look out for that mistake and correct it. All right, let's read, spell, read together. Half, H-A-L-F, half. This means like you have half of something. So do you notice a silent letter in this word? The L. And so most kids, if they misspell this word, they leave out the L and they'll spell it as H-A-F, half. That is not correct. This word does have an L in it. All right, read, spell, read this word with me. Having, H-A-V-I-N-G, having, like I am having a good time. So when kids misspell this word, a lot of times they spell the word have and they forget to take off the E and they add their I-N-G. Sorry, that's really small in there. But you can see that root word have and then ing. The E-I will not be together. The phonic or the spelling rule is when you have a suffix that begins with a vowel, you have to drop the silent E and then add your suffix. So that is incorrect. All right, read, spell, read with me. Easy, E-A-S-Y, easy. If you say this word slowly, I think you're gonna hear the part that's gonna be tricky for kids. Easy, easy. They wanna put a Z in there. So a very common misspelling we see is with that Z instead of the S. Lots of kids will remember the Y, but if you forget the Y and you put an E in there, that's also another common misspelling. All right, our last word is lived, L-I-V-E-D, lived. This one has that silent E in there, so that's the part that kids forget to write, and they'll just write L-I-V-D and they forget that E. All right, so be on the lookout for those tricky words, and as you spell words, if you notice that something doesn't look right to you, go back and fix it. All right, so our first activity today is we're going to spell some words together, and we are going to be circling any consonant clusters that we see. If there are double letters, we're going to circle and divide at those double letters. Then we're going to underline the vowels, say the vowel sounds, and read the word. Okay, so please write these letters down. S-I-L-L-Y. Okay, let's think about what to circle. Do you see any consonant blends? No? Any double letters? Yes. Circle the double letters and divide. Make sure it doesn't look like another L, but it goes above and below the line. Now let's underline our vowels. Okay, so in the first syllable, I is going to say I because it's followed by a consonant. Okay, and in the second syllable, Y will say E because it's a two-syllable word. Let's read our chunks. Silly, silly. All right, write these letters down. F, L, U, T, T, E, R. All right, what consonant blends can we circle? F-L. Do you see a double letter? Circle it, divide, underline your vowels. U. E-R is a vowel combination. It's the bossy R or R-controlled vowel. And in the first syllable, you will say because it's followed by a consonant. And in the second syllable, E-R says the bossy R. Let's read each syllable. Flutter, flutter. This work not only helps you in reading words, but it helps you in spelling words too, because these same rules apply when we spell. All right, P, E, P, P, E, R. What consonant clusters or blends can we circle? None. Any double letters? Yes. And divide, underline your vowels. In the first syllable, E is followed by a consonant, so it says eh. In the second syllable, ER, bossy R says We have pep, per, pepper. Good job. One more. T, A, S, K. Do you see a consonant blend that we can circle? SK. Double letters? No. Underline your vowel. The vowel is followed by consonants, so the vowel says a, and the word is task. Good job. All right. This next set of words are going to have prefixes or a suffix at the end. Remember, a prefix is a chunk that's at the beginning of a word that changes its meaning. And a suffix is a chunk that we see at the end of the word that changes maybe its verb tense or it changes the grammar, how the word is used in a sentence. All right, so let's write these letters. Circle the prefix or suffix. U, N, P, L, U, G. So what chunk do you see that we can circle? Un. It's a prefix. Let's underline the root word. That's the part that's left over, and let's read each part. Unplug, unplug. So remember I told you that a prefix changes the meaning of a word. So if our root word is plug, what does that mean? I might say plug in the toaster, plug. But if I say unplug, it changes the meaning. Now it means to do what? To take it out, to unplug it. Un means not plugged in, not plug. All right. Write down these letters. D, I, S, L, I, K, E. All right, what prefix or suffix do you see? Dis. It's at the beginning of a word, so it is a prefix. And our root word is like, underline it, and let's read it. Dislike, dislike. Well, you know what it means to like something. You enjoy it. But the prefix dis changes the meaning. Dislike means that you don't like it. You don't enjoy it. Dis means not. Just like un meant not. Yep. All right. Write down these letters. C, O, S, T, L, Y. What chunk do you see at the beginning or end of this root word? Circle it. L-Y. L-Y says ly, and our root word is cost. So this word is costly, costly. The ly at the end tells you that it's expensive. It changes that word cost a little bit to make you understand that it's going to be an expensive item, costly. Okay, one more. S, T, E, P, P, I, N, G. What chunk do you see that we can circle? What prefix or suffix? I-N-G. And what's our root word? Step. So we have step-ing, stepping. So when we spell step, we only have one P. So why, when we spell this word, do we put another P right here? It's our spelling rule that when we add a suffix that starts with a vowel, I is a vowel, and the root word is a short vowel word followed by one consonant, so vowel, consonant, we have to double that consonant before we add our suffix. So that's why we have an extra P right there. Okay, our last task together is we are going to do some spelling. And these words will have some suffixes at the end that can change the way the root word is spelled. So I'm going to tell you the word, and we're just going to write the root word first. Then we're going to think about the suffix that's added to the end, and we're going to think about how to spell it correctly, how to add that suffix to spell it correctly. All right, so our first word is striped. Like, I love to wear my striped shirt. It's my favorite. Striped. What's the root word in striped? Stripe. Right, so let's spell stripe. Did you get the vowel correct in this word? Remember, vowels can be tricky to spell. Striped is I blank E. It's the silent E. So, what's the suffix we add to stripe to make it say striped? Striped. It sounds like it should be a T, but that does not make a word. What two letters make the T sound when we add it as a suffix at the end of a word? It's ED. Now here's our phonics rule. Or spelling rule, sorry. We already have an E in the word striped. So we either need to take away the E and add ED, like this, or the word stripe already has the E that we need, and we're just going to add the D, striped. All right, our next word is potting. Since it's been spring, I've been potting a lot of plants. Potting. What's the root word in potting? Pot. Spell that. Now we need to add our suffix, potting. How do we spell ing? I-N-G. Notice that it starts with a vowel. When we look at our root word, we see short vowel, consonant. What's our spelling rule when we have a short vowel and a consonant before we add our suffix with a vowel? We have to double the consonant. So double T, I-N-G. Potting. All right, one more word. Sweeter. I love to eat my apple is sweeter than your apple, and I love to eat it. Sweeter. What's the root word? Sweet. Let's spell it. Let's check your vowel spelling in sweet. E. It makes the long E sound. How did you spell it? It's double E. If you spelled it with EA, you actually spelled the word sweat, not sweet. All right. Sweet is our root word. Sweeter. That's a bossy R. How do we spell bossy R? E-R. Anything special we need to do to our root word before we add our bossy R to the end? No, it's not a short vowel. We can just add it to the end. There's no E that's already there that we have to think about. Just add your ER. Sweeter. All right, friends, thank you for working with me today. And as you read and write this week, I want you to think about the chunks that you hear and see in words, especially as you read and spell longer and longer words. Think about how those prefixes and suffixes change the meaning or the tense of that word so that it makes sense in the story. All right, have a great week, readers. I'll see you soon.